We find the defendant guilty.
Guilty. It's a word Justin Ross Harris would hear 8 times. The 35-year-old father at the heart of one of the most talked about cases in Georgia state history. It all started back in 2014. Harris left his 22-month-old son Cooper in the back of his SUV for hours on a scorching hot day. His defense? It was a horrible accident, and he didn't realize the boy was in the car.
It's his fault. There's no doubt about it. What kind of words did he use at the scene? My God, what have I done? I killed my boy.
But prosecutors say Harris was living a double life and wanted to escape his family. And while little Cooper was outside dying, Harris was inside his air-conditioned office, sending sexually charged texts with 6 different women, including 2 minors.
He'd met online and exchanged comments about being unhappy in his marriage. He'd met in parking lots for random sex acts.
Our station partner in Atlanta, CBS 46, would cover the case gavel to gavel. Harris wouldn't take the stand, but his wife, who divorced him after the arrest, would, actually testifying as part of his defense.
Cooper was the sweetest little boy. He had so much life in him.
After 22 days of testimony and 70 witnesses, the jury would find Harris guilty of 3 counts of murder, as well as guilty of 2 counts of cruelty to children related to Cooper's death, and guilty of 3 counts relating to his electronic exchanges of lewd material with 2 underage girls. Joining us from our Los Angeles office is criminal defense attorney and founder of the website Wild About Trial, Allison Treasel. Allison, I think one of the most interesting parts of this case is that the jury deliberated for 4 days. Doesn't that normally suggest that there's a problem agreeing on a verdict?
From what we've heard, and none of the jurors have spoken publicly yet, they were fairly unanimous that this man had committed an intentional murder from early on in their deliberations. But this was so serious that they wanted to be absolutely certain that they were getting it right.
Allison, since the verdict, Harris's ex-wife has come to his defense again, and in an angry Facebook post, she said in part, quote, "Next summer, as this begins to happen over and over again, ask yourself what can be done. The problem is not the parent, the problem is a society that refuses to believe this can happen to them." Are you surprised that his ex-wife was the first person the defense called to the stand?
It is no surprise that she was their first witness. She was their star witness, and if she could believe that he did not intend to do it, surely the jury would as well.
The sentencing is set for December 5th. Will Harris ever see the outside of prison again?
If he is not successful in his appeals, Justin Ross Harris will spend the rest of his life in prison.
Thanks, Allison. And you can check for breaking news on this story and much more on our website, crimewatchdaily.com.